Hey, fellow babies, and welcome to the show Donald Trump once called that close to pornography when you're stuck on a public flight on a jet. It's 42 minutes later.
I'm trying to disseminate what you just said. What? Say it again. Say it again.
I don't think I could.
Hang up. Pornography on a jet. Okay.
Yeah. You know, he's sort of like J.D. Vance. He wants to join the Mile High Club, but all on his own.
I prefer if he was mile under.
Yeah. That's true. You know what we should do is we should fund a new tunnel project, and we only have to dig a little of it, and we get Trump to show up for the inauguration of the tunnel, and it just happens to collapse.
Yeah. We're telling the Mexicans are actually coming into America through a tunnel, so you've got to dig down to get in, intercept them.
Only you can save us, Donald.
They're tunneling into America.
They're tunneling to America.
Oh, dear. I'm so surprised that no one's actually done that. Get past the border guards, just like mole, just dig into the earth underneath.
Gone, like that Tremors movie with the big things underground. I always thought that was stupid.
All right, what's wrong? What's stupid about that?
Well, okay, here, even worse is there's an episode in The Mandalorian where there's this massive dragon thing that lives underground, and they piss it off, and it comes out through a mountain, and then it just dives into the ground and blah, blah. And its mouth is never doing any of this. It's always just open. So is it just eating and crapping out all of that rock as it goes? It doesn't make any sense,
Yeah. It's like the sandworms in June. When you see them rising out the ground, their jaws open up, and all this sand is you want the sandworms to come and go.
Yeah. Does anybody know where there's a fucking hotel?
Mouth is so dry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's crazy stuff, though. It doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it, right? We got a direct one in from Demetrius Siganovas again. Okay, let me try to get this right. Let's try Schweitras beer?
Schweitras?
Yeah, I don't know. Here, let me copy and paste the word into the live chat, and you guys can all debate and argue about how I said that wrong. Okay. Is that something I can get on the menu in Canada here?
Yeah. Sweet cheese.
Right?
Yeah. Doubt it.
Doesn't have fermented fish or anything in it, does it?
It's got a cockroach.
Yeah.
I've not even heard of that.
Yeah. Schweitras? Sweet trees. I don't know.
It's got all Bob Dylan on us.
Hey, Mr. Sweet Trees, man, crack a beer for me. Does that work?
No, don't do it again.
Okay.
Dear.
Hey, that's a good one.
I think he's just making them up.
Altuus in the chat there. Who am I to disagree? Yeah. Sweet trees is made for me. That's awesome. That was a good one.
Yes. You win the comment of the moment. Oh, we should have that as a stinger.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Comment of the minute.
Yeah, we'll call it the Snapperhead Award.
Yeah, someone, please take notes in our team. We'll call it the what? The snack the what?
Oh, what do we got? Okay, so
we've only just started. Don't be looking at the clock already.
No, I'm not. I was looking at because there's a couple things I want to actually show.
You guys going? Oh, Jesus Christ! How much longer we got to do this?
Cheese and rice. We're talking about the pastor now.
Okay.
So, you want to see a cool picture here, everybody? You know what those are? Those are those badass Medivac trucks that Greg Terry and the gang and us as well fundraised for. They are en route right now. Greg was in the vehicle just a little while ago live on his channel, revving up that diesel engine and whatnot. And Altruist in the chat, weird Jeep. Land Rover Defender as the original chassis of the vehicle before they're built up and whatnot. Here, let me bring it in. And the Defender is a complete take on the Willys Jeep. What's his name? Walter Lyons, I believe, the original genius guy over at Rover that made the Land Rover. But yeah. And as you can see, like, look at the treatment on the windows and the doors and all that. You know, the big snorkels, the thing on top. That's not like a "here I am, shoot me" light. That's probably has to do with like drone repulsion because they have jammers and all that stuff. Like, this is some serious high tech stuff. Yeah,
it looks like a nightmare to do a rap on.
Oh, yeah. That camouflage on the side. Greg, in his little stream today there, showed it more like up close from the side of the vehicle, and it does all pop out and whatnot. And I have a feeling that that's more than just decoration, because all those little multi-surfaces, you know, light is a lot like sound. It's just, you know, wave, bounce, you know, straight lines. And as such, that probably has a lot to do with stealth as well, right?
They used to do that on German tanks during the Second World War, like make them like almost like an Artex kind of like texture, because it stopped mines sticking to them and things like that, you know. But I don't think that's a worry in the Ukraine war these days.
Yeah.
Magnetic mines. I think they're using other technologies.
Oh, yeah. And there's a little wave from Greg. And as you can see, he's in the unit right there. And as you can see, like, look, it's not like some tiny, like, there's actual room in there. There's big spare tire. There's racks with gear and whatnot. It's absolutely brilliant.
He's playing the slowest ever game of paper, scissors, stone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's mastered the ability to stand so unbelievably still, he becomes invisible.
I'll tell you what, I'm coming in with a stone. I win.
Yeah, and Greg Terry will be on the show tomorrow, Ukraine update. And we're going to get some, you know, little video clips and pictures and whatnot, and he'll be able to tell more. So it'll be really cool. Looking forward to that very much.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, it's great to see them heading over. It's not, you know, getting vehicles like that and permits and all the legalities it took to get them across and transported through places and whatnot. Not an easy task. And it very much gives you insight into what the NAFO group are going through as well, because it's quite similar, right? They're moving vehicles cross countries and into a zone, right?
Yeah, can you imagine what it must have been like, you know, for the Ukrainians to invade Russian territory? All the permits and licenses to do that in the first place. A logistical nightmare.
Yeah. Well, I think the people of Kursk kind of cut the red tape for them because they were looking for some freedom, you know.
Have you got your passport? Yeah, I've got my passport. It's all right. Where's the duty-free shop?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that beer that Demetrius put in the link there, it was founded in 1784. Like, it's one of the old school ones. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Well, they must be good at it by now then.
Yeah. Annette in the chat found the link here. Oh, it's owned by the Carlsberg Group these days. Oh, cool. Up in Canada, Carlsberg, we used to call those burgers. So we'd literally say to people, hey, let's go for burgers. And people wouldn't know that we were actually going drinking. But, we were 16. So
Carlsberg sort of became like a, very, very like iconic beer in the UK.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I can barely even get it over here now.
It was kind of like rubbish. Because you were getting the stuff that was brewed in the UK as opposed to like the proper continent.
I hate when they do that. When they re-engineer a product for a market. No, I want the one.
Yeah. So you end up well these days you can actually get the imported Carlsberg. Things like that. Am I right, people in the chat? I'm not a Carlsberg drinker, but I remember it back in the past. It's like all the adverts for Carlsberg beer.
Carlsberg fell out of fashion in Canada big time. It was one of those beers, and its spot on the shelf just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I haven't even seen them in a while now.
There was a great advert Carlsberg put out, which was it was just basically a clip from a World War II film called Ice Cold in Alex, where you have this team of people in an ambulance desperately trying to get their ambulance back to Alexandria, and is this through the deserts, the heat, it's just like scorching. Right. There's like a scene where they're washing in petrol because they didn't want to waste the water and stuff like that. It's an incredible classic movie. But there was a scene in it right at the end where they go to the officers' mess, and they've been talking about it in the film that in the officers' mess they do the coldest beer. They pour the beer and just all the condensation forms on the glass, and it's just absolutely fantastic. So they're building up to that scene, and then so they get to the officers' mess and just pour these glasses of beer, and it's just a black and white film. And they just look fantastic.
Yeah.
And the sip.
With that beautiful cinematic quality of black and white and everything, right? Yeah.
And they take their first drink. And you can almost feel the just steam emanating off them with the heat. And so basically, Carlsberg just took that clip from the film, because it says Carlsberg on the side of the glasses.
Yeah.
and they just put it out as an advert. It was just a brilliant piece of marketing.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's when a brilliant, unbelievable, it hits with people thing comes to you, and you're just like, we have to use it, right?
Yeah. Because there were other adverts at the time that were basically taking clips from movies and then inserting an actor into it, so it's all the kind of stuff. But no, they didn't have to do it.
They didn't have to. It was already done for them. It was just, can we pay you a licensing fee and use that clip, please? Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Here, I'm not paying a licensing fee, but I'm going to use my Coca-Cola branded fridge to extract a beer.
Oh, look at that, smoothly done.
Yeah, there we go. I love that little fridge. It works so good.
It loves you too.
Oh, I think it does, because I use it so much, right? But what it's so poorly designed at the back. It's not funny. The fan that is on the heat sink, I can't remember what they're called, but it uses one of those electric things where it just uses electricity to suck heat out of something. Linus Tech Tip. Yeah, Linus Tech Tips and a few have you tried using them to cool CPUs and stuff. I can't remember what they're called, but that's what it uses. And so it's got a beefy heat sink on the back with a fan. It's quiet. It's awesome. But you put the back plastic on the damn thing, and the venting makes the wind or the airflow have a sound, and it's really kind of loud. So I just took the back off it again. You can't tell, right? You can't see.
Well, there'll be complaints.
LTA cooler. Thank you, Noodle C. That's it. Yep. Good job. But yeah, it works great. It can chill 3 6-packs of beer, which, is a Canadian afternoon.
Yeah, so they're ready for breakfast.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Use milk on like Cheerios? That's disgusting.
That's revolting.
Yeah.
Use vodka.
Kahlua. Just
Oh no, Kahlua, and milk and vodka. White Russian.
Yeah. I don't like mixing milk with alcohol. I find that very strange. I'm not a fan.
It's very nice. I don't do it, but you know.
I remember somebody convinced me to order a White Russian once, and it showed up, and I'm like, "Is that milk and alcohol?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sakes, do you want it? There's no way I can drink that." And I had to.
But wait, you like Baileys?
Yeah, in coffee.
Oh, I thought you just liked having a sip of Baileys. You know.
Oh no! Every time the holidays roll around, I go through like 3 or 4 big bottles of Bailey, but it's just coffee on morning and afternoon, right? To get me to the point where I drink real alcohol.
No, he doesn't actually put it in the coffee. He just puts a big glug of Baileys into a mug and says, "Yeah, no, it's coffee."
Well, I do put enough in that I have to microwave the coffee again to get it to be warm. It's true.
Yeah, when child services come around and go, "No, it's not Baileys, it's coffee."
Child services, my ass. My reputation is right there for parenting. No way. No way.
Yeah, it's funny you did that right there, but you know you still left like 6 inches of your head above you, so you're not all the way to the top yet. So
hey, I'm tall. That's still higher than way more people than me, right? You know. And I don't have to over exaggerate, you know.
Yeah, but if you kept your hand in the same place and then stood up, it would just be around about where your groin is. So,
but I wouldn't. It would grow with me.
And not only that, it would be a very, very strange way to salute.
Oh, speaking of salute.
What? Go on.
I talked to Commander McMillan today, and he has had his bionic legs installed. And he's doing okay. He might be back. He won't be this week on the Ukraine show, but he'll probably be back next week. And he did promise that until he learns to use the bionics, he won't kick anyone.
Yeah. It might be hard to get him on a show because Oscar will be sending him to a mission.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if the commander had to get one of those little speakers from the 70s you put on your desk where people can talk through the phone.
Was it Charlie's Angels?
Oh, a bunch of them had it actually, but you know, Charlie's Angels was the one where they would focus the camera on it as if you could, you know, lip read the speaker or something. That was weird.
What a brilliant and cheap way to get like a big name star on a show without actually having to be there. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. You know,
we'll just film this thing and record you later.
Yeah, and because
we can get everything, we can get a whole season of you in like an hour. You know, we'll just read these lines.
Oh, you could do his whole year in like a day. All they had to do was send him a Radio Shack recorder with the mic because, I mean, the sound of his voice through that speaker was so shitty. It didn't matter what he recorded himself on, right? It could have been an Edison gramophone. It would have been fine, right? What the hell was that?
Oh, it's Dixie.
Oh, is your dog having sex dreams again?
Yeah. Staring up here, going.
Dog thinks he's
She really loves the food I'm giving her, the recipe. It's done an amazing job. She, you know, all her fur's grown back. She's really healthy.
She sounds like an Asian porn star, man.
She just takes fucking forever to eat it. She's been eating since 6 o'clock. She has a little lick, runs around in circles like a mad thing, then comes back to it and then starts screaming.
Oh yeah, Mr. Spock says in the chat, you should get the bionic sound from the $6 million man and prank Commander when he comes back. Dude, it's on. Absolutely. I need that. I need that, you know, and whatnot. And I might even have to steal a couple seconds of the music, you know. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if he ever says, as I see it, it has to be the sound of the eye, you know? I've never heard a zoom lens make that sound before. Have you? No. Oh. All to us in the chat. Do bionic woman sounds instead.
Well, they like. I can't remember then.
Oh, dude, speaking
of the same.
I thought they were. I'm not even sure. But one thing I do have to bring up, there was a time when Lee Majors, the Bionic Man, the actor, sang a love song to Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman. And I think every so often in the song, he accidentally sang in key, but for the most part, it was literally just nails on a chalkboard. But he must have...
Didn't they use his bionic singing voice?
Yeah, his bionic larynx. But a couple of years later, he sings the theme song for the Fall Guy TV show, and he actually does a really good job. And I've often wondered, did he take singing lessons? Because he seems to have had some fantasy that he was a singer, you know?
Maybe they got someone who's like really good at impersonating him to sing it.
Well, he's the first Will Smith. You know that guy, sure, I'll be in your movie, but I have to sing the theme song too, you know?
Well, to be fair, Will Smith was a rap star singer before he became a film star. So are you saying Lee Majors had a blossoming musical career before he became the $6 million man?
He wrote all of Bob Dylan's music.
He played the harmonica.
Poorly.
Or should I say, he was the harmonica.
Yeah. Bob stuck 7 or 8 reeds up his butt.
Just wobble his cheeks, get that little vibrato sound.
Yeah. No kink shaming. I mean, they're all beatniks. It's fine, right? You know?
Yeah, who's the 70s? God, I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but I downloaded a few episodes of the $6 Million Man a few years back to try to rewatch them, and holy God, are they bad? The one where he has a fight with Bigfoot, and it turns out that Bigfoot is actually an alien robot that was created by these aliens that were on Earth. It's unbelievably stupid. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, we got a couple of shout outs to do here. Oh, we have a shout out to do here. We have LWD Farm gifting out memberships. Woo! Hey, thank you. Awesome. Hey, I don't know who got the memberships, but it's the golden rule around here. If you're the last person to get gifted a membership, you get the bar tab. So I'm going to have a few extra. Thanks for reminding me. Let me just top up.
Yeah. I have 2 unpaid for bottles of Dom Perignon in my refrigerator right now, and I think I'll send in the bill for one of them. So thanks. Actually, don't like champagne much.
You'll learn to grow on it. Yeah. As the channel gets bigger.
No, I'd be like Rodney Dangerfield. I'd show up at a ritzy party and, take some stuff from the little finger food menu and make a sandwich out of it and, search the kitchen for a beer.
Like when you get your Rolls Royce Silver Shadow and it's got the little champagne glasses in the back, you'll open the fridge and just pour your beer into the champagne glasses.
Yeah, no, I would have it modified so I could have a chilled keg of beer in the back and just have a tap. Oh my God, I must have
the Rolls
that.
Royce. The Rolls Royce. Just have a keg of beer with some wheels on it. It would be happy.
But yeah, wouldn't that be great to have like a chilled keg sitting in the back of a limo, and you got a few friends, and it's one of those nights where it's just party and you don't have to worry about it, and so you can. I don't know. I mean, I don't bar hop or anything. That wouldn't be my thing. If it was me, I'd just stay in the fucking limo, just keep pouring the beers, right?
Well, I was going to say, if it's you, I mean, you don't have any fucking friends, so you'll just be sitting in the back of the car by yourself.
I would actually, Well,
you won't even be driving it anywhere. Fire the chauffeur. I fucking hated him.
I'd get Reginald Vell Johnson to be my chauffeur because he was really cool. And what's that? Willis Die Hard? Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Reginald Vell Johnson is the police officer that calls him Buddy, or he calls Buddy. He went on to be the dad in Family Matters.
Oh no, I don't know what that is either.
Really? Yeah, Wish. It's that stupid show with Urkel. Can I do that?
I've heard it. I've heard it because of pop culture and shit like that, but I've never seen it.
It was terrible. It was like Full House and those other shows. Hated them.
That's another one I don't know about.
I remember Reginald Vell Johnson was a guest on the Arsenio Hall show, that talk show from way back. And Arsenio was giving him royal shit. Reginald Vell Johnson. That's not a black name. What the hell is going on here? Yeah, it was kind of funny. I mean, Arsenio Hall doesn't exactly ring off the tongue like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So,
yeah. Yeah, they all just like trip off the tongue.
Yeah. But I remember that. I don't think that Reginald Vell Johnson guy was overly impressed with that whole thing Arsenio did that time either, actually.
No, I've got to be careful what I say because I might come across as slightly racist. As ever. I'm sorry already. I haven't done anything yet, but I'm still sorry.
Yeah, just apologize now because I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean it. I just seem to be naturally good at it. Just the talent,
As long as you pick on everybody fairly, it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I've picked on you tonight, so that's a good start.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're just a white honky, so if anything, I've got points in my favor.
Yeah. Is it any wonder that white folk didn't take honky on the way other folk have taken on their slurs? It's an awful one. It's got this harsh K in it and everything. It's terrible. It doesn't.
I don't even know what it means, what the connotations are behind it. I just know it's a word.
It's the pronunciation of things. It's being all nosy.
Yeah, but does it actually mean anything in particular? Because you talk about the other word, the N word, and that has a connotation. That has a kind of history. Oh, yeah. I don't know if honky has got one.
I don't really know either. I always just figured it was like speech, right?
Well, Australians call the Brits limeys and stuff like that. Well, actually, no, Americans do that as well, don't they? No, hang on. It's the Americans who call us limeys. What do the Australians call us? They call us something else. Cunts, I think.
Conquerors.
Yeah.
Colonists.
Wardens. I've forgotten what it is. I forgot what it is.
There's another name. Yeah, Pommy.
Pommies. That's it. Poms.
Yeah.
Which is short for for French for potatoes. Just, I don't know where that connection is.
There.
Yeah, there.
Apple, apple of the earth. Really?
So again, I have no idea.
Who was the idiot who picked a potato out of the ground and went, "Holy shit, that's just like an apple grown in the earth"? Fuck, man. Being Canadian, I have to know that, right? No.
Oh, hang on a minute. It was what's his name? The British explorer who discovered the potato in. Well, I say he discovered it as a British guy. I mean, it's like Columbus discovered the Americas, and there's a whole whack of people like we were already we knew. Yeah, what was that pompous Elizabethan English explorer that went across there?
Every one of them
came back with tobacco and potatoes.
Yeah,
you can either smoke it or stick it in the ground. Drake. Yeah.
Drake. The singer?
No. That's not. That's Beyonce, the Elizabethan explorer. Yeah, what's his name? Sir Walter Raleigh? Yeah? Was it Sir Walter Raleigh? Was it Sir Walter Raleigh that threw his cape down on the ground for the Queen to walk over it?
Is he the guy that made BMX bikes in the 70s?
Yeah, made the rally chopper.
I had a buddy who raced for Rally, like sponsored. He thought he was the shit, but I was convinced my mongoose was better. Oh, did we have kid fights, man? That was awesome.
What are you doing setting a mongoose against someone on a bike for?
Why not? What else are you supposed to do? Just feed it snakes all day?
We're going to have a race. I've got a snail, a mongoose, and a guy on a bike. We're taking bets. Who's going to win? Who's going to win?
Not the guy on the bike if I give him a shot to the head first. But all those cool old BMX brands from back in the day, PK Ripper, Rally, Mongoose, Kuwahara, they're all basically just grocery store brands now. It's so sad. You know, they all got bought by asshole companies who just milked the name into Chinese-made crap. Don't you hate it? When you roll a joint and you think it's going to be large enough and all of a sudden it's over, but you're not done?
No, never happens to me, to be honest with you.
Fuck, it happens to me a couple times a day.
But then I'm not an addict.
Oh, fuck. If you felt like me, you'd be smoking CBD joints all day. Don't you dare.
I say that I'm not an addict. With puffing on my cigarette and drinking my wine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just addicted to the normal stuff, you know.
Yeah. Before Dunk emigrated to the UK, his last name was Son of a Beachy.
Emigrated? I was expatriated.
Shot from a cannon.
I was sent back.
Put on a bus with $20. Funny enough, that actually happened to me. I got caught being in America too long when I was young, and they put me on a bus and sent me back. It was pretty funny.
How long was too long? Like 2 hours, 3?
A couple of months.
You've been here long enough.
Yeah. I had a ticket, whatever. We were down doing a little bit of a tour with the band. So I was allowed to go through and work and get through. You know, you always had to take care of those things. But we did our last show in Long Beach, California, and I met up with some cats, and I was like, no, you guys go back. I'll catch up with you soon. And I just didn't leave early enough and got myself in shit.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
You just tired out a whole string of teenage girls. And
yeah.
All these fathers complained, why is my daughter so sleepy? Oh, it must be that Dawson guy. Send him back.
Yeah, I created a few birthdays and I got the hell out. No. But I was only 19 at the time, so they didn't give me a lot of shit. This was like years and years ago, right? So,
yeah, what are they going to do?
The guy actually gave me enough money for snacks, and the cops got me a bus ticket, and they said, look, just bugger off and go home, dude. This ain't going to work out for you. And I was like, yeah, thank you very much. I will, because I knew, like, if I wanted to be a musician and keep doing that stuff, I couldn't get myself in trouble, right? I gotta go, But it was funny.
Had never been back since.
Yeah. It was an interesting ordeal too, because I got grabbed by the cops. My ID sucked. Then I got taken to immigration people, and I'm like, holy fuck, man, I'm Canadian. Like, relax, I'll go home. It's all right. Yeah. Oh, well. What are you going to do?
You just do the typical Canadian thing, apologize and bugger off.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Guy said, look, I know you're being apologetic, but I can, smell you got alcohol in your breath. I said, I'm Canadian. I'm awake.
At least it don't smell like a cockroach. You bastard.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a good time, though.
Yeah, I may smell like beer, but at least I don't smell like the chief inspector's cum.
Yeah. I had to smell like beer there, Mr. Police Officer, because 2 hours ago I smelled like your wife. I don't think that would have worked out very well.
Stand against the car, Mr. Dawson.
Very much.
If indeed that is your real name.
So there was a couple other things in the list we didn't get to today. I already closed the list though, because I'm kind of stupid that way. I'll get it up.
Yeah,
I'll bring it up after. No, I caught that and I stopped. I didn't say it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Shills exclusive.
There's an interesting thing, and it's a growing group of companies that are coming together, and we're talking about some pretty big groups, coalitions and foundations and stuff as well, and they're all very much interested in getting the FTC in America to deal with what they're calling, where is it here? Software tethering. And they're a growing list of people are getting really annoyed with the fact that you can go and spend $600 on some mixer that has like internet connected features or blah blah. And then these companies can just shut down the servers and leave you with a useless item.
Brick, yeah.
Yeah. And so you've got anti-e-waste groups and all kinds of people coming together, and they're pressuring the FTC to start doing something about this. And they had a list here. Let me get to the list.
Kind of interesting, because it's very similar to Louis Rossman taking on the right to repair.
I totally agree.
I'm surprised. Does he talk about it?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that his group are in on this already. I think they're called Futo, but I would have to look that up. Speaking of which, I wanted to talk about him as well tonight because of that thing with Linus Tech Tips and everything, right?
Oh, okay. I'll remind you.
Yeah. So here's the points that they lay out, this whole coalition. They want to require companies to guarantee a minimum support time for products and to clearly state this time on the product packaging. So if you buy something and it says minimum cloud support 5 years, you can value the product over 5 years and figure it out and go yes or no, right? Which makes sense to me, right?
Yeah, just kind of.
Yeah. They want to require companies to ensure that products' core functionality will work even if the internet connection fails or if the corresponding software stops being updated. And that is a huge part of this because a lot of the times these companies will go, oh, well, we're turning off the servers. It's no longer profitable for us. And they could just flip a few switches software wise to make that product work for you, no problem, without the cloud, but they never do because they always have a new model.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's probably the worst case, or the sneakiest and nastiest.
It's the worst. Yeah.
But there are also a lot of problems with startup companies who come out with a device. It's connected to the cloud. The startup doesn't really work out. The company goes bust. So there are no servers left to run the software on. It's just literally the company's gone, and you got nothing.
Exactly.
I imagine they got nothing. They can't do anything about that, I suppose.
Well, you can put legislation in place that says if you're going to bring out, a product, you have to support it for X amount of time. And then these startups would have to go, oh, okay, then. So we better budget accordingly. We can't just do if it fails, we can just fuck everybody over and go on to the next thing, right?
Well, because if the company collapses, you can't find them. They're gone.
Exactly. Right. But at the same time, you could put it into practice where maybe some of these, but it's a corporation, so you're hidden from prosecution and stuff, shouldn't count when the corporation is 3 people in a garage doing a Kickstarter. No, it's you.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I'm derailing anyway. Talking about other things, because you're talking about big companies and they just decide, like you say, to just shut it off because there's a new product coming.
Yeah, exactly.
That's shitty.
Yeah. So the next point is encourage tools and methods to enable reuse when software support ends. And what they're talking about there is make it so the device isn't garbage. Because there's so many times, like I have a home security system from some company. I mean, I don't. I have IP cameras that talk to my private server with open source software. But if you're one of those people and you buy into one of those ecosystems and 4 years later, they just drop support for those hardware units entirely because they have a new range out, it shouldn't matter. I have a computer. I should be able to just run an app that can store the damn videos the cameras are sending. I don't need you. Right? And that's a huge part of this because so many people are putting out cloud-enabled devices that don't need to be. There's no reason for all of these products to become junk. Right? And the final point they had was a little bit funny. Educate manufacturers on how to build longevity into product design. They don't need education for that. They just need to be encouraged to stop building things that will fail in 4 years and require repurchase. Because that's stupid. Imagine you're one of these people who is brave enough to buy one of these BYOD Chinese electric cars or something. A year and a half into owning it, they go bankrupt. They're gone. All of their cloud services and everything stop, and the car just goes, oh, I don't know, and just parks at the side of the road and gives up the ghost.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you can't even have someone steal it so they can claim on the insurance.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, I really hope that this gets some legs. I hope that people start waking up to it more and more because more and more these days, when we buy something and that's a purchase, you own it now. Other people can dictate whether or not it works anymore. What? Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of interesting that the fact that a lot of a lot of gear that is coming out these days, new gear, new inventions and stuff, are through like startup companies or not GoFundMe, but Kickstarters or something like that. Yeah. It's like we seem to be in a world where a lot of trust goes into those sort of like devices.
We even got real companies using Kickstarter these days because that way they can judge whether the product's worth it. No, do your own homework the way you had to do for the last 300 years, or you know what I mean? Oh my gosh,
Well, I mean, what kind of position are you going to be in? Is if you're designing a product and you think, maybe people might like it, maybe not. We're not entirely sure. No, you should invent something. And go, oh, this is amazing. Everybody's going to want it.
Exactly. Yeah. You've got to literally invent sex, right? Everyone's going to want it.
Well, sex with other people.
Yeah.
I invented up sex once. Well, twice this morning. Oh dear. Postman got a surprise.
I wrote the code once and my Commodore 64 shut off, so I don't know. I'm just trying to organize my grass supply so I can take care of something here. Hold on. Everything's falling apart.
You got a big deal coming down.
Yeah. I have no, you know what? I'll save this for like some Discord thing or something because no, you'll understand after because if I do it this way, I'll probably get, I'm Brian and so is my wife, and yeah.
Okay. Whatever. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, all right. Okay. I was reminding you. What's the other thing you wanted to talk about with Linus Tech Tips and
yeah. So
I know you need to get this off your chest.
Oh man. So Linus Tech Tips in the last week. Sorry, one sec. I did a great set of videos, 2 videos, how to de-Google your life. And it was all kinds of less tracking, less invasive, better things that you could replace Google services with and whatnot. And the second video included YouTube because there are some apps out there that will let you have a better experience watching YouTube than YouTube itself. And YouTube did not like this. And they took his video down for community guidelines violation, right? And this is Linus Tech Tips, 15 plus million views, 100 employees. I think he has 3 buildings now to encompass his little empire, It's right. And YouTube took that video down. So Louis Rossman, somebody I watch a lot because he's a big champion of right to repair and ownership. He does a video series.
He's a raccoon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He does a video series these days. And he says, welcome to today's episode of How You're Being Fucked. I'm Louis Rossman, your host. It's hilarious. And Louis pointed out how Linus had serious balls for going to the wall and going against YouTube policy and everything to show this stuff. And he also praised the sponsor of that video for having the balls to sponsor a video. So, push on Google. But, what's it called? FreeJ. And there's another one. There's a couple of apps where you can watch your favorite YouTubers through the app. You don't get ads. You don't get, it's way better. Hilarious.
Is it good for us?
To be honest, the way we don't really earn cash on YouTube anyway, maybe a little bit, but it's not like we have some empire. I actually encourage people to check this shit out. Why not? I would rather have somebody watch through that app, but be a fan of the channel and maybe be a member. then, have to deal with advertising and stuff and whatnot so that, we get a little extra beer money or something, I will defend us from putting ad in the beginning and the end of the show by saying we have never put ads in the middle of a show and we never will. Well, and there's no sponsor bullshit. You're not going to hear about me eating fast food or shaving my nuts or any stupid shit.
So thank you for our sponsors tonight. Fist it.
Exactly. Yeah. We do have some ideas where we could work with a sponsor and make it so it's not intrusive and it's just a part of the show, except we're not big enough for anybody to fucking listen. But if we were, I guarantee our idea would actually work, The fisted salute. Oh yeah. You know what? I gotta get the little analese tube up so I can bring it up. I put it away. It's one of those things. I don't want it on my desk and then have like one of my neighbors over and go blah blah. Oh yeah, but no, that's a joke. Like I just
oh my.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I've been looking for some of that. Ooh.
You're in the fridge there, dick. Speaking of beer in the fridge, hold on.
Cool.
Lord, thunder and Jesus. I didn't put enough in it. Hold on.
No, he had one job to do. One job to do is just stock the fridge full of beer, and he failed. He failed. It's got too much fisted and analies in there, not enough beer. Oh dear, what can you do with a little Canadian little kiddo? Well, I suppose at this point I'm gonna lean over and top of my glossaroony. Now, I hope he's put more than just like one in. He's got pizza going in there as well.
All right.
You put enough in there?
We'll see. Not sure. I think so. I think it's God fucking that whole double click thing with my mouse is getting right out of control. I have to start fixing that. What the fuck?
Have you tried taking your mouse and smacking it really, really hard against the desk?
I think that made it worse. I did get a little bit pissy and start banging it one day.
It's the number one method of fixing a mouse. Didn't you know it?
Yeah. But like I was saying to you the other day, these people don't know, so I'll say it. I haven't bought a mouse since the very beginning of the pandemic cycle, even maybe just before it. And I've got a nice, really big Logitech mouse. Like I got a pretty big paw, so I have a big mouse. It's got triple buttons and it's got 12 thumb buttons. It's completely out of control. But
yeah, you know what they say about the man and the size of his mouse.
Yeah. But I don't use all the bullshit. I just like a big mouse because I have a big paw. And I was looking recently to get this replaced because it's starting to act up a bit. It's got a beautiful braided cable. It was really nice. And it was $79 when I bought it, but I bought it on Boxing Day, so I got it for $59. And nowadays, a mouse this big and decent quality and stuff is $180. The fuck happened?
I don't think I've ever spent anything like that kind of money on a mouse.
It's ridiculous.
I think the most I've ever spent is like 15 quid.
I need and another thing I notice is all the mice are light now. I like a mouse with a bit of girth to it, with some weight. So I went to the different stores in my town trying all the mice that were out. And the only 2 or 3 mice that I could stomach because of the feel of them on my hand, 2 of them were these ugly looking things with all this weird design because they're gamer mice and they were like $200. And then there was a third one that was like 160 or so. And I couldn't believe it.
Now, what you need is not a mouse, it's a guinea pig. or a small rabbit.
A family of hamsters. No, but it's a pretty big mouse. Like, like mine, I love it. So, and it's not like I can buy new clicky switches for it or anything. Like, God damn it. It's going to, and then you go on like Amazon and stuff. And there's these companies nobody's ever heard of. I mean, the closest I could get to pronouncing the name would be to throw a spoon down a set of fucking hardwood stairs, And some of them are rated good and they're bigger and, they look like my kind of mouse. But unless I can get my paws on it and really check, I don't know.
You need to get down to your local mouse store.
yeah, if only, right?
Do you remember those days when you used to have like in the same way as you'd have like DIY shops and things like that? I remember a time when you'd have like an equal number of large warehouse PC supply shops.
Yeah.
In your town, like PC World, or can't remember what they used to be called back then, but you'd be able to go in there with this huge warehouse full of computers, and parts, and everything under the sun. All fucking gone. All of
totally. Here, I'll show the mouse. See, I have this big Logitech mouse, and look at the side. Look at that mess. Who could ever remember what those are, let alone use them? It's ridiculous, right? But I just love the, see, it's got the third click on the side. Like it's a big paw mouse, right? Hand, paw,
flipper.
Digit. Hey, we got another direct donation in from Dimitri Ziganovas. This is probably like $7,000 tonight alone. Are you rolling what I'm rolling? Oh, I got some, what's it called here? Here, I could tell you, because I actually for once kept the damn bag. It's Legendary Kush Indica. And I
love that band. They're great.
It's got 4.2 milligrams per gram of THC in it, and it's got 4.9 milligrams per gram of CBD in it. The other one I rolled earlier was the CBD only one. Now it's,
I get so technical.
Now it's time to play. But, kid free tonight, so why the hell not?
Watch out, ladies.
What does that even mean when it pertains to the internet? I mean, it would be that it's one thing if I was like, playing guitar and singing at a local old folks home to say that, but
all the stories you've been telling me about your local, shall we say, ladies of the complex.
Oh dear God! Don't start this. People will believe you.
Dick can't step out his door without being pounced on by cougars and MILF and all kinds of people. Oh, hello, Dick. You want to come and play?
Quit. People will believe you.
Hey, we've got a super chat. There you go.
Hey, we do. Who do we got here?
Get out of the conversation clause.
Hey, good username too. Star Song. Awesome. Super chat time. A few shills to help you out. Hey, that's awesome. That's cool. Thank you, Star Song. Great name. Great name. It reminds me of something Prism might have recorded back in the day, on the album with Armageddon.
No idea.
Oh, come on.
Are they a Canadian band?
You were too busy listening to Little Richard or something, I guess.
No, I wasn't listening to Little Richard. I was listening to pretentious 80s synth rock. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I was a Devo-ite. Imagine walking around with a Devo hat, Yeah.
I'd like to rub a Devo-ite. Oh, it's some cream. Rub it on. You'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, if you were a fan of A Flock of Seagulls and it went too far, at least you could get a haircut.
At least I had a photograph of you. It went straight over his head. He doesn't know skills.
I only know their one song that hit the radio in North America.
Yeah, Iran.
Yeah. I think it was about the Contra hearings. I'm just not sure.
The follow-up single, Iraq, didn't go down too well. In the whole album, the Middle East. And what's Middle East? What's it for?
Yeah.
Do we need it?
MDs, and we're gonna get them. CNN a bunch of years ago did a series of shows: the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and they're those kind of.
I didn't know they got that far.
What?
To be honest with you, I know they did the 70s show and shit like that. I didn't know they went into all the others. What do you mean, like a sitcom?
No. Nobody should watch that.
You mean like a documentary about the time?
Yeah, well, sort of a documentary, because it's that newer style where they interview somebody who's like the art director or something for somebody, as if they know history now and then, But for the most part, it was a really good series of shows. I downloaded it and put it in the Plex server that we've got, But there was this one person who would talk now and then as one of the people, and it was hilarious because every so often they sounded really smart, and then every so often they sounded really stupid, and it made me wonder, did the production team, the editors and whatnot, do this to that dude on purpose?
We'll edit the shit out of this and make him look stupid.
Yeah, couldn't show up sober for one day. Fuck him. I wonder. But it's a really good set of shows. I did really like it. They had some great footage of like JFK assassination and yeah, what's his name? Trickle down economics, Reagan there and his shooting and stuff. And yeah, it was really good.
Sounds a blast.
Yeah. They had one episode that was kind of like the Forrest Gump Vietnam War year.
We had a bunch of documentaries, like short documentaries about like you say, like the 70s and 80s and all that kind of stuff. But it was all like played to the background of the music from the time, and it was like, and it was always BBC like it's always like inserted with like a little nugget of information about the band you're listening to right now while you're watching Reagan being shot.
Yeah. Yeah. And every time you get to use the music, if it's a Vietnam War, you're going to hear CCR Fortunate Son play every time. Every time.
How does the best soundtrack, that war?
Oh yeah, I agree. How does the BBC get away with that shit where they somehow can just use somebody's music because they feel like it? How do they get away with this?
I did look into it a little while back, and I could have answered that, but because
But you've been drinking.
Oh no, I just completely forgotten what the details are. But yeah, no, they basically do have it's like a carte blanche use of music.
You can really tell when the three guys from Top Gear leave BBC and go to Amazon, because the music changes drastically. There's no more Led Zeppelin and Queen and all this stuff being played all the time, right?
Well, I was watching one of my favorite comedians, Stuart Lee. Stuart Lee. He was doing stand up. No, it's not you, because you're not a comedian. But he was doing. You're
no, I'm not a comedian. I'm a loudmouth.
Avant-garde loudmouth musician wannabe. This comedian Stuart Lee. And no, I'm not recommending Stuart Lee to people out there, because he's a kind of acquired taste. I think he's fucking hilarious, and he's incredibly intelligent, and he likes looking down at people like me he says he's incredibly intelligent, because I'm a prick.
He's a social media justice warrior's nightmare, is what you're saying, right?
But here's the thing: he was doing a live performance, and he was saying, "Right, I want to do it like a jazz bit now. I'm gonna do this joke, set against some jazz, but I can't, because since Brexit, if I played some jazz music, I would have to pay like £6,000 for the license fee for that piece of music. But that now, because of Brexit, that only works if I release the DVD in the UK. If I release it to other countries in the EU, I now have to pay another £6,000.
Yeah.
For all those other things." And so he basically just said, "Look, I'm just going to do this bit, and I just want you to imagine jazz in your head." And he went into the whole. I just went into a whole bit, breakdown of jazz, and what kind of jazz it's going to be, and who's going to be playing the jazz. No solos or anything like that. Nothing, just this simple jazz, just a simple jazz bit. But I thought that was a really interesting point. That Since Brexit just came along, all the immigrants, keep the immigrants out of Britain. It fucking killed a very, very simple, basic kind of licensing fee spread across the entire European community. And this is what happened with a lot of things. Even the BBC, they can do their thing where they're using whatever music and put it into the UK. But as soon as it goes outside the UK, now they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Go on. I'm going to come back to this.
Media licensing, audio, video, whatever, from country to country, region to region, has been a excessive cash grab for years. It's a way of companies just triple, quadruple dipping on the same product again and again.
Well, there was an interesting thing about the film Animal House.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you've got the original version,
my son loves that movie. It's got Belushi, man.
Yeah. If you got the original version of Animal House, like when Bluto's in the canteen and he's just going along the counter, like just stacking up his tray of food, and in the background, go, "Don't know much about history. Don't know much." So now, in the DVD release, none of the music is the same. Yeah. Not one single track is the same as the original release movie. Yeah. So you have to hope that you can find that movie come on TV and you can record it with its original format, because the DVD release does not have a single one of those tracks on it because they didn't want to pay the licenses.
This all happened to what probably is my favorite television show of all time, WKRP in Cincinnati. That TV show had real music that the DJs played every time, and what they said interacted with the music. And, so when that show was finally released on DVD, all of the music licenses had expired. So they had to bring in actors to redub the voices, to make new jokes, to fake music, and all the fans were livid because the DVD release was worthless and not worth watching. And that's the same thing. That should never be allowed to happen. It should be, I have a license to put it in my thing. It's going out. Fuck off.
Yeah. No, a similar thing happened for Aardman Animation's Wrong Trousers, where you know the Star Wars thing where people are like trawling through film reels, try to put together the absolute perfect version of Star Wars from all the little bits of footage they can get. Well, that thing is fucking happening with Aardman's animation, The Wrong Trousers, which is you probably don't know that film, but it's an animated film. Brilliant film, classic film, but there are just like musical moments in it that are lost to time because they were in the original broadcast when it went out onto TV, but when it went to DVD, again licensing meant those certain little tracks, certain little songs, little snippets were cut, and so it's different now, and people are. They just don't like it. They want the original version. Yeah. And people are just like desperately trying to put it together. It's weird.
Yeah. I hate this kind of stuff. It drives me crazy. These licenses should not be allowed to screw with, our nostalgia for things we grew up with. Like I don't agree with it at all. I totally believe in like free market enterprise and stuff where a person can just come up with something, sell it, and if people like it, boom, away you go. I totally agree with that. But when these little niggly things that just suck more money out of an old product because of legalese bullshit it annoys me,
It's also just sad, especially when someone puts their heart and soul into making a movie, and it's just like you can't see this original format anymore.
Yeah, drive you crazy,
It's like you can imagine with Animal House, they sort of like, they just don't want, Belushi's estate. So no, we don't want him in it anymore.
Yeah.
And you have to cut him out the entire film. It's like,
yeah, that would be like trying to cut Eric Stoltz out of a movie.
They did.
Yeah.
Hey, you got another super chat.
Hey, yes, we do. Star Song again. Hey, Star Song, thank you very much. Secondary horn. Dick Dawson can be Dick if he wants to be. For those who don't know, it's a small deer with fangs. Yeah, it's just. Thanks, Star Song. That's cool.
IT.
Yeah. I should get Felix's rabbit. We have a stuffed white rabbit, and Felix will give it to me, and then he'll go and stand across the room, and I got to throw it at him, and he'll catch it and put it to his neck and fall on the ground like Monty Python with the killer rabbit. It's hilarious, man. I got to videotape that one time.
I sold my armor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What does he say at the end there? Yeah, shut up and go and change your armor. I told you, didn't I? Pete or Tim. Yeah, Tim.
Some call me Tim.
Yeah, there are those who call me Tim. The way he delivers it, you got to have all that, it's great. Was there anything else that we didn't get to that we wanted to get to?
Oh, loads. Loads.
We talked about pin to
pinned.
Yeah.
Pinned.
Yeah. I should get
a tail on the pony.
I should get a toque and put it on, and I could do my best Pim Tool impersonation.
Well, you don't watch him. You don't know what he sounds like.
I have no idea.
just go. Russia, 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 Russia. Ukraine is bad. Ooh, naughty.
Yeah, no, okay, here. I'm gonna summon my skills as a mime, a mimic, or whatever. But here,
No.
I can do Tim Pool. Okay, you ready?
Okay, go.
Yeah. It's not my fault because I didn't know that bad Russians were making me say stupid things so I could be rich.
Yes. Thank you for the $100,000 per video. Thank you. That's one hell of a super chat.
Yeah, now let me get back in my Lamborghini because I got 3 chicks on my yacht waiting for me. All right.
What did he bought a skate park. That's one of the first things he did when he got one of his $100,000 payments.
Is he 12?
Yeah, I know. He went and bought a skate park, and then he bought an ice cream van, and then he bought a big box of Haribo.
It's like an R-rated version of Home Alone. I got the credit cards, you know.
I want a bouncy castle. I want a ball pit.
Yeah,
I want as much ice cream as I can eat till I'm sick.
You probably ordered a Ronald McDonald disguised sex doll. Fuck.
Yeah, that price you could probably get the real Ronald McDonald. He's probably not doing much these days.
4 or 5 winos would have lined up to dress in that costume. Who here in the live chat? Here, we'll see if Annette can pull up a poll for this. But do you think clowns are still like child-friendly, good entertainment, or are they drunken perverts that should be shunned by society?
Hang on, didn't we discuss this on a recent pub chat? Didn't we? We went into
I don't know
the clown culture. Yeah, we did this bit.
Yeah, even the clown shoe car BMW put out, it counts. Secretly, I love the BMW clown shoe car, especially the M version. I love that.
Yeah. What about the Cybertruck? That's a clown car, isn't it?
It's
It's usually clowns that buy them.
It probably is the ultimate clown car at this point. What's his name? Tyler Hoover from Hoovy's Garage. He sold his Cybertruck to a dealer near him and bought a Cadillac electric one instead. And they bought it for $119,000 over MSRP and put it on the lot. 3 months later, it's still there. And now they've got it listed as the window sticker price for $10,000 less than Hoovy sold it to them. They can't sell it. Right?
That's funny because you know his name is attached to it.
Yeah.
And what normally happens in that sort of like situation,
all the like smaller ones, they all
want to buy it, so they've got it.
They can do the whole. I have Hoovy's old vehicle, right?
Yeah. It's like I got John Lennon's Rolls Royce.
Exactly.
Nobody wants it.
Yeah, it's funny. So he did a video. You know, should I buy it back now? He's not gonna. But he also started going around a few other dealerships, showing how many of these overly expensive modern vehicles are just piling up on the lots. And Hoovy doesn't even live in like a mass metropolitan area. It's more like a decent city size, but he's on the outskirts, right? And it was hilarious. There was, like trucks that would have sold only 10 years ago for $30,000, 32 grand tops, and their list starting price without options are 57,000, 60,000. He was going through looking at the stickers and laughing his head off because in his mind, and this is a guy who has 3.5 million subs. He just bought a farmhouse and put up a massive building for lifts for all his cars. Like, he's a millionaire, right? And he was honestly laughing at the amount of money they wanted for these stripped out bottom of the line versions of these vehicles. He was shocked, you know.
I'm a little bit concerned about this new poll that's just gone into the chat. It says, you know, do you like clowns? It's hands up who likes us.
I don't care if clowns carry lube and alcohol. I don't like them.
Yeah, but we're clowns.
No, that's a description, not an actuality. That's not a, you know.
I need to adjust my image to put a big red fucking nose on it.
God, if you put Ronald McDonald face on, I'll kick you from VDO.
Oh,
don't do it.
There's a challenge. It's not really a challenge, as you know it.
Don't test me.
You know I have the capabilities.
Yeah, and I'm hovering over the button. You know. Now,
I can do a clown really easily.
But go back to the Ronald McDonald people from the late 70s, 80s as they were becoming big. You know, they got all the little hamburglar, like Hamburglar. That makes sense. He's trying to steal your burger, right?
Yeah, and he was a hamburger as a head.
Okay, that's odd, right? Because he's now a cannibal. But what the fuck was Grimace?
I have no idea.
The milkshake loving dude. He was like, you know, something that Jabba the Hutt would excrete.
Ooh.
You know, it was weird. What the fuck was that?
I'm not really too sure. I'm not really up on my Ronald McDonald characters. Yeah, the Sesame Street of the burger chain.
I can show you right now. Ronald McDonald's is actually going to be up on charges soon. Let me show you some of what's been going on.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's wrong. But this was done within about, I don't know, 40 or 50 yards of a public school. Right? You know, I mean, what's he doing? Promising fries? You know?
That's one way to suck up a milkshake.
Yeah. And I don't care what this photo implies. He's no proctologist, right?
Was she just trying to get his nuggets?
Oh. And
he's reaching in deep there.
Yeah, but he does seem to have, you know, his fans still.
Yeah, he's got that X factor.
You can all thank Annette on the Shills account for throwing those photos in so I could bring them up. That was funny.
Bringing them up is probably a good word to you.
Well, every time I eat McDonald's, I keep a puke bucket beside me. So,
come on. Everybody loves a McD. Come on.
I do not. And I'm very happy that my son picks McDonald's almost last. He'd rather go to other places.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I kind of like a McDonald's. I can't fucking afford one now.
Yeah. You're looking at the McDonald's menu and you're thinking, well, you know, I could get T-bones, but I'll get burgers. Yeah. You know,
who the fuck's cooking this behind the counter? Is it fucking Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah,
what's going on here? Ridiculous amount of money. There's especially, you know, the thing is about McDonald's is it's usually like a family thing, right? You know, it's not like okay, we all have like a cheeky little sneaky little McDonald's. But it's usually a family thing where you're dragging everybody in to have a McDonald's. Jesus Christ, you know, it's like it's like restaurant prices now.
Oh yeah. And everything's so much smaller. Like if you look on the menu, all of the meat and fish and chicken stick out of the bun, but they don't in real life.
I saw a picture comparison of what a Big Mac used to look like from 20 years ago.
It was hard to get in your mouth, right? You had to be like Mick fucking Jagger to eat that thing.
Well, the only thing that's really concerning about that is how come they managed to get the photograph of the comparison was side by side.
It doesn't rot.
Yeah, I know,
McDonald's doesn't
you
mold. It doesn't. It just sits there.
I know, but you can imagine the forethought of someone saying, "Right, I'm gonna buy a Big Mac and I'm gonna keep it. So in 20 years' time, I can do a comparison." It's
Lasts longer than his dog. So you know. Yeah. I mean, that must make that chick, that head of lettuce that ran your country for a few days really sore, because she didn't last 23 days, and McDonald's could last 20, 30 years.
Yeah,
right?
Hey, it's British politics, what they say.
Yeah. What's her name? Let us not elect her again.
Liz Truss.
Let us trust.
Liz Truss.
Let us trust in the vegetables.
Yeah, the only trust this country needed.
I feel bad because, women in politics, highest level, we should be applauding and cheering, but that whole thing just really didn't work.
Oh, she was batty as a fucking yeah.
It was like having Marjorie Taylor Greene take the helm, right?
She has been back in the news recently, but I've not been following it because, quite frankly, I don't care. But
you don't watch farming channels, do you?
Lettuce. Yeah, she's on Clarkson's farm as a vegetable.
Yeah, what's his name? The kid there, he actually picked her.
Caleb.
Caleb. Lisa sold her in the shop. 3 pound fitty.
Yeah, still rotted. Oh dear. I've not really been following much of the British politics because me and hanging out with you and this channel. It's all about fucking
It's everything we don't give a shit about.
yeah. But apparently, all sorts of shit have been happening over here in the UK politics, and I really should have a look at that, see what the fuck's going on. Because since Labour have got in, the shit has hit the fan. They're going to be hiking taxes and all this kind of stuff. That the Tories warned. Everyone's going to happen, but everyone's had enough of the Tories and kicked them out. They got the Labour's in.
This is how politics works, though. Every time you get the Liberal Party in, and they start doing more social spending and stuff, and they get a little bit in debt. And after 8 years, everybody gets concerned. So they vote in the suit and tie guys, and they start doing the raise taxes thing, and they get unpopular, but they do fix the budget. And then the other guys get in again. It's the same thing over and over. Why can't liberals or Democrats or whatever you want to call yourself, you just hire a fucking accountant, right? Come on. We could,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Labour Party, they're supposed to be like the People's Party. They're all for the people, but it seems like they're pissing off a hell of a lot of people at the minute.
Yeah, we're for the people, not you. Those people.
Yeah. Somebody else. Yeah, me.
Yeah. Those people in Dublin. But never mind. Oh, hey, we got a shout out to do. Petra Olsen. This time she's doing her standard don't smoke and send the money to Ukraine shout out that Greg Terry will be very happy that I finally admitted to, and I'm not smoking this time, so it doesn't feel so guilty. With love to Ukraine. Thank you, Petra. I know it's not really the same on our channel, but I should acknowledge it and admit it.
But hey, Greg, I'm having a cigarette. Send me to. I'm going to hell.
He could probably send you there, right?
Yeah, just a wave of his hand.
Yeah, he seems to know people, dude. I'm just saying,
upstairs. He's got a connection. Oh well,
they have Zoom meetings on Sunday, and I'm not invited, so I don't know.
Well, if he's got connections at the top, then why hasn't he got more followers on YouTube?
Yeah, but that's how it goes, right? You know,
You gotta have faith.
yeah.
Is that how? Is that how subscription works on YouTube? You've got to have faith.
Yeah, you know, there's some kind of penance that's not being paid because he's been in the middle of moving and just doesn't have time. I don't really know how it works.
Well, I don't know what we're doing to fuck it all up. Sorry, God.
Don't.
Yeah. But you know, sorry, God. But you know, if I do annoy you, you can strike this channel down. But you'll have to go through YouTube to do it, and then they won't listen to you.
Yeah.
you have to do a community strike or something, honestly.
Yeah, dude's writing a letter to Sergey Bin right now. I would like this channel shadow banned.
Yeah, I tried lightning; it didn't work. It kept missing.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I'm sure I won't mind eternal fire for a while. And
well, winter's coming, isn't it? You can do with the heating.
Oh God, winter's coming. Well, anytime I hear that, I still think of Game of Thrones, right? And I'm just like, I almost get shivers. You know, it took 8 fucking years. You know.
Well, okay. I won't say winter is coming. Say Christmas is coming.
Oh, Venezuela, very early as well, isn't it? Venezuela, the guy who didn't win the election but stole it has decided that Christmas is going to start in October 1st.
Yeah. Well, if you go to the local supermarket, it does.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Why are they selling Christmas trees in October?
Yeah, it happens here as soon as Halloween's over. They clear those shelves and they bring out the Yeah,
I'm already seeing the Halloween stuff getting into the stores already. It's like, oh, for God's sake! It's like they just can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. It reminds me of something. Just just that annoying little twat that it's just like always begging for fucking attention.
I used to stream with them.
Well, you still do. Yeah, it's like, oh, look at me. But it's now, you know. Well, I mean, they've been doing this for fucking years, haven't they? Let's face it. It's not a new thing as far as the supermarkets or the stores are concerned. You know, as soon as the sun is starting dipping over that, you know, that line of the ecliptic. It's like, oh, now it's winter time coming. We're gonna start selling the. And then before you know, as soon as Christmas is over, here's all our Easter products. No, Easter's not for fucking 4 months.
Yeah.
Why do I want an Easter egg now?
Well, the whole thing with the Easter switch is amazing because they're called eggs and they're on the shelf every day. You know, when I was a child, when I was 5 years old, 1975, there wasn't a lot of chocolate and stuff associated with Easter.
Right.
Right. As you got older, you know, decorating boiled eggs and stuff became a small part of it. You know,
I remember that. And I do remember as a kid, you know, that chocolate egg thing was around,
just
but
starting and stuff.
Not to the fucking extent that it is now. But you know, you go to a supermarket, there'll be like, you know, a few chocolate eggs on the shelf. Now there's an entire aisle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, so you know what I like, because I don't promote a lot of sugary stuff in life. I don't, you know, I mean, so
you're sweet up as it is.
Yeah, my son has never been like a big sugar cereal morning person. We have a real breakfast and all that kind of stuff. And so for Easter, we've always done the old school dip your eggs in the dye thing and the whole bit. And, you know, that's what we do.
I don't even bother with the eggs. I just dip the semen in. I jizz on a crucifix. There you go.
You silly sod.
There you go, everyone. There you go. That's how you celebrate. That's how you celebrate Easter. You just get a whole bunch of friends around, and it's
Strap one to a stick.
You do the jizz onto the crucifix game.
Oh my god!
The last one.
Oh, I should turn my camera off in case I get like a lightning strike. I don't want that to be live on the show.
Oh, it's a game we could play with Greg Terry one day.
Well, I was just going to say he's phoning in your death right now, right? Greg's on his special cell phone right now, giving your coordinates.
Oh dear, that's going to be a clip. Oh dear, we've gone all black. What's happened?
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? What?
I lost the show for a moment there. I think I did actually have an important, interesting point to bring up now, but I just lost it with the jizzing on the crucifix thing, so I don't know what I was on about.
Oh God. Okay, so if anybody could rewind the show and remind, I need that sound of a record being spun backwards. You know,
I remember what it is. It's like, chocolate eggs. Okay, well, chocolate made into the shape of eggs.
Why?
They're so fucking fantastic. Why don't we have them all year round?
I love those Cadbury Easter cream eggs. They shouldn't be called Easter cream eggs. They should just be called cream eggs.
No, they were called cream eggs. And once upon a time, you used to get them all year round.
Really? I thought they were just an Easter thing.
No.
I love those things.
No, when they originally came out,
it's like sucking on a baby bird that hasn't been cooked in a frying pan.
For someone who says you're not really into sugary things, I mean that is just like pure fucking sugar.
Oh, I know. I eat one of those and I bounce off the walls for an hour, and I don't have one for a month. You know.
Yeah, you should have one for a 42 show. But no, originally when they came out, it was just another sweet, But no, they became a massive Easter thing, and you only see them Easter. And like I say, chocolate eggs are just so great. Why don't we see them all the fucking year? And I don't, it's just like, it's mostly air. You get a chocolate egg, you smack it, and it's just chocolate. You get a fucking chocolate bar.
You get one of those Easter bunnies, and you're like, oh yeah, I got chocolate for like a week, and you bite into it, and there's nothing in it, and you're just, what the,
Yeah, and of course it's made in a Chinese factory, so once you bite into it, you're just eating Chinese air.
And the chocolate itself tastes more like isopropyl alcohol than it does chocolate, right?
Well, that's your North American chocolate. You don't get proper chocolate like we do.
Oh, we do, but you got to spend. It's the same with cheese, right? We have stuff we called extra old cheddar and
cheese eggs.
Well, but we have extra old cheddar, and to me, it's mild. I have to buy the aged 5 years to get like a real cheddar experience the way you guys would be used to over there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see you in the cheese shop.
I'd have shot Terry Jones as well. Or what? Wait, that was Michael Palin, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Michael Palin that took it. Yeah. If Felix was here, he'd know. He never gets that stuff wrong. He was giving me shit. My son was giving me shit the other day because I don't know country flags very well. Now, I know the distinct ones, the ones that are distinctive, but how many flags out there are just stripes of basically primary colors arranged in different ways? How the fuck am I supposed to remember that?
Oh, yeah. Also, a lot of them are red, white, and blue.
This is what I'm getting at.
It's like, oh, is that a Russian flag or is it a French flag?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, can't you tell the blue's on top? What? It's just like, the fuck, man.
Yes. I'm not getting a fucking Neapolitan ice cream. I don't know.
Yeah, like do something like
but it's red, white, and blue, but it's now sideways.
Yeah.
I caught you out.
I can always tell the British flag because I see a little picture of it on top of Dodge Chargers every time I go to the south in the United States.
Yeah, I think our flag, even though it's still red, white, and blue, is probably one of the more distinctive variations of those colors.
What?
Not just like the 3 bars. What happened? What happened with people then designing flags to make it that boring?
But even still, hold on. Even still, with your flag, I could hang it upside down or right side up, and I wouldn't know the difference. But you can't do that with mine.
No. Yours basically says this way up.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's almost a middle finger or a pot leaf.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant design. I mean, there's people in this country don't know which way up the Union flag goes up.
Yeah, I wouldn't know, right? France and all these countries that just have this really, like, Japan. I know Japan, no problem. Right? It looks like my asshole after eating too many hot wings.
and the Nazi swastika, brilliant.
You had to, didn't you? You just did. The conversation had class.
Hey, well, at least one thing you can say about it. It was distinctive.
Yeah. But some of these places, they got to update this shit, get a little bit more identity into that.
Well, it's like, you can have the Italian flag, which is like, red, white, and green. But then you have the flag of India. Is it India? I think, which is also red, white, and green. But then they have like this really, really, really super complicated, like, emblem in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Of, I don't know what it is, like a peacock or something. And it's like
I
really
think it's a
delicate.
guy taking a piss off of the platform of the fucking light train,
What was it? What was the one you had to do the other day? The Mongolian flag.
Yeah,
he said Mongolian flag. Do they have a flag?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's probably made of rifles or something.
I can't remember what it was, but it was like red, yellow, red or something. But then like this emblem thing on the left-hand side, and that. Oh, yeah.
There's a funny crest that like a family or region crest, and it looks like a cartoon eagle flew into a window, and it's just it's funny as hell. Joe Soward, or whatever his name is, Formula One blogger, put a picture of it up. Let me see if I can find it. It's so goddamn funny. It's so funny. Let me get this up. It's hilarious. Yeah, here it is. Here, hold on. See? It looks like something that came from Warner Brothers or Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what happens when you throw a bird at the cave wall with a roadrunner chasing after it.
Yeah.
Stunk.
Oh, I thought that was hilarious. I was reading the other day because lots of stuff going on that's cool in Formula One auto racing. I won't bore you with it, but if you're not a fan and you do like, fast cars and going through the roads and whatnot, I urge you to check it out because you just might like it.
Hey, have you been checking out the Red Bull stuff?
Well, I don't drink that crap, but
no, the Red Bull soapbox races.
oh my God,
you keep meaning to go back to that.
I had no idea this was a thing, but it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Red Bull, they do these soapbox races every year in the UK, and they have
it's European. It's all over Europe.
Oh, okay. But I only saw one so far, and I'm hooked. So they got a little ramp to push down, and all these idiots make ridiculously bad engineering decisions. Yeah. And it's
basically a pram with foam around it.
Yeah, right. And it's got a decent downhill. They're getting up to like 20 some mile an hour, and they're falling and flipping out, and the things are breaking, and everybody gets up and waves like, they're okay. But holy God, I couldn't believe how entertaining it was to watch.
It's just a hay bale barricade all the way down.
Yeah. There were some really funny ones, like people who thought it was a good idea to have your center of gravity 5 feet off the ground, but only used like bicycle tires, right? And they'd go over the first little jump and the tires would go like this. And you're like, oh, here it comes. It was so good. I had a blast watching it. I don't usually watch shit like that, but oh my God, it was funny.
Yeah. I
highly recommend it. The Red Bull soapbox derbies, especially the crash videos.
you definitely got to go back and check some of those out. My wife watches them all the time. If there's nothing on the telly, which is like usual, one of those comes on. Yeah, put that on.
Maybe what we should do for Sunday Pub Chat is we'll bring up some clips and show you some hilarious moments.
Yeah, we could do one of those response videos.
Oh, yeah. So we could pretend that we're using their footage for fair use when we're really just showing it to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just do that. Yeah,
okay, that's what we'll do. So we're going to do a response video where all we do is show it and laugh because it's really funny. But that's a response, so it's fair use.
But let's face it, that's what we used to do with like flat Earth stuff.
No, that's not fair, because with flat Earth, we would show it and then we would explain why they're wrong and pick on them, right? Yeah. That was really fair use. This is just theft under an umbrella, but it'll be fine.
I got really pissed off with Simon Dan the other day because there was some flat earther who did one of these like videos about the angular size of the sun changing through the day and all this kind of stuff. And Simon Dan did this thing where he was like saying, "Oh yeah, but you did it at the wrong time. You did it all wrong." And I was like, wait a minute. You never said this before. I know. This thing about, angular size of the sun, recording the sun, and you got to use solar filters and all this sort of thing. But now you're adding in a new thing in. What you're doing is what the flat earthers do. You're changing the fucking goalposts.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, I believe I'm hearing this from someone who's like a globe proponent and being all intelligent.
But it was written for him by the script writers of the company that now controls his channel, and he's just a personality of. Let's be honest here, right?
The Russian Federation.
I didn't say it.
the Russians are lying to us. The Earth is flat. We've been lied to all along, and it's the Russians a bit dirty.
Do you know why they call it Soyuz? It's because Soyuz all believe the Earth is really round.
That's why the Russians. That's why the Russians don't come out and tell us that the moon landings were faked. It's because they invented it.
Yeah,
they invented the polo. All the conspiracies are starting to make sense now.
There you go. Elizondo might be onto something.
Oh yeah, Louis. Oh my God,
that guy's hilarious.
Louis Elizondo. He's back in the news again. He's doing the tour, the news channel, because he's brought out a book.
Oh, wow. Shock and awe. Here, let me get my face right so that you can all see that
He's brought out a book of all his complete utter bollocks and nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
And he put it down to paper, and it's now. So he's now doing that. And the government's been hiding stuff for years. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I just did.
He's the first writer in human history who should have wrote his memoirs on toilet paper.
I'm so fucking sick of these government fucking, what do you call them? Whistleblowers who come out. The government are hiding secrets about UFOs, but I can't tell you anything about it because, shut the fuck up. You got nothing.
Well, from what I understand about governments and cover-ups and how far they're willing to go to keep real secrets quiet, it's so stupid. It's not funny. Yeah. That Elizondo idiot just looked at like Von Daniken and what's his name there, the hair guy, Tsoukalos and whatnot, and just went, I want a piece of the action. He's looking at Ancient Aliens, the TV show, in like season 24, and he's like, if I put out a book, they'll get me on the show more.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's about. He wants to do the tours. The conferences. People get sucked into it. It's exciting. I can understand it. It's exciting and interesting and fascinating. But once you start getting into it, if you don't fall into the rabbit hole too far, and you can still like sit on it and look at it from the outside, you just realize just how much bullshit the whole fucking thing is.
It's the same as flat earth, mud flood, and all these weird side things. It's all based on people who don't have enough intellectual ability to separate reality from what if. And it's always, could it be? And if so, and all these things. And when it's presented, you get these people who go, see, they know. No, that's not actually what they said. If you listen, even it's very much the Dunning-Kruger effect, right?
Yeah.
It really is. It's, I need to feel smart because I never do. Right? I mean, when you go in, no, you know what? I'll stop there.
Press the button.
And now for something completely different.
I just realized that where I was going to go was a very logical point, but it's for private chat.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Even then, I'm not sure. It's probably one of those things where, thank God, after 54 years on the planet, I finally have a fucking filter.
Well, speak to me after school, okay?
Yeah.
I'll decide whether or not you are right or wrong.
Yeah. This is not the hot for teacher fantasy I had.
Filter. I don't even use fucking filters on my cigarettes. Come on, look at that. Come on, go. Come on, just get out there and,
You damn well know it's not going to happen because I've already said, this. Don't,
I'll get my Nazi flag out, for all my N-word friends, and we'll just break the internet.
Sit on my face and tell me that you love me. Life could be fine if we both 69, if we sit on our faces in all sorts of places, and then we'll be blown away. Isn't that it? I think I got it.
Hang on.
Thank you very much.
Hang on. If we both 69.
I'm not talking to you.
If we both 69, isn't that 128. No, 38. 138.
Wow. You're on a computer. You have a calculator app in front of you.
I'm not going to fucking use it. Hey Siri, what is 69 times 2? Oh, yeah.
138.
An orgy.
Yeah. 138. Yeah. Christ. Oh, God. So here, let me be the first to go over and make sure that we didn't monetize this because there was no point.
Oh, come on, YouTube. Come on, give us a break.
Yeah, you know what, though? It's funny. There's been times on the Friday after show where the after show gets through and there's all kinds of swearing and rough talk and stuff. But because we said fuck once on the 42 show, they give it a yellow demonetization and we have to go, oh, appeal and stuff. And after 4 days, they finally go, hey, turns out you're right. You know, it's really strange.
What we should do when we do the 42 show is we should introduce the show and say there's only going to be one fuck in the show, and but now it's been in the intro. We're past that now.
Yeah. During this show, we promise not to say fuck. Fuck is a word that YouTube doesn't like, and as such, fuck will not be said on this channel. Fuck is a word that shouldn't be in your personal vocabulary because sometimes fuck can upset people. So fuck, for the love of fuck, don't say fuck.
Well, you don't have to be a cunt about
it. Tues. So what else? Oh, we're coming up on 2 hours here. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Does that mean we go into overtime? We got to close up at 2 hours because otherwise I have to charge you more.
Yeah. So let's multiply 0 by.
I love it. I love this channel. Such a fucking democracy. Yeah. Who's king?
Hey. Yeah. We you know how it works here? With the core group get together and discuss things, and then I just decide that's not actually true. It's not. You know. Fuck, I fine you 5 demerit points.
Yeah, I'm allowed to make you look like you're a complete bastard.
You do it every day.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll ask the audience. Hands up in the audience.
Hands up. Yeah, that's gonna.
Hands up in the audience. You think it's funny that I just give Dick a hard time. And it's been a while since I've given anybody's Dick a hard time, but that's another story.
You still can't decide one way or the other, can you?
We were all young once.
There's a time and place for that. Yeah. It's called college.
Yeah, it's called church.
Dear.
It's all right. I wasn't a Catholic.
No, Captain Highliner, but I've blown ashore a couple times.
I've never licked any cats.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I am so sorry, Greg. Yeah, you're gonna send me to hell. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
He's the kind of guy that uses a communion wafer for spillage, so it's just not my fault.
It's a jizz biscuit. What are you talking about?
ST.
I tell you what, I'm going to get Greg. I'm going to get Greg to put in a good word for me. With the Almighty. He says, he just did it for laughs and giggles. He's like the Jesus of comedy. I can't cure the blind. I can't cure leprosy.
I'll tell you this.
I can make you giggle.
If Jesus is the dude portrayed in South Park, you probably have a chance.
Mm.
You know, but you'll have to be a guest on his talk show first. So there's the thing.
Oh, Jesus was the best stand-up comedian ever. Best. The best gag.
Yeah. He could have Smarties in his hands, put his hands behind his back. They'd fall through the holes and he'd go, look, children, they're gone.
I wonder if Jesus did that sort of like thing. Would go, oh, you got a coin stuck behind your ear. Oh, look. Oh, my God, it's a miracle.
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah, it's Jesus there going, pick a card, any card.
I think
was it the ace of spades?
He invented the 3-shell shuffle, you know, right? I do like the story of Jesus going into the whole synagogue or whatever it was and kicking ass because it was all about profit and whatnot.
The tax. I'm
surprised.
Money lenders.
I'm surprised that story got through the Council of Nicaea and made it into the approved Bible. To be honest, because it doesn't paint a good light. You know,
no, but it was a little bit too Jewish. That was the thing. It was.
Dear Lord, don't do that.
No, but that's what it was. It was a kind of like, you know, a slight at the Jewish community. Yeah. So
is that really how it comes? Is that how they sold it back in the day? Is that?
Oh yeah. It was all the money lenders. Yeah, the Jews. You know. Yeah. Which is kind of interesting that Jesus was supposed to be the king of the Jews, but they kind of like, you know, rebranded him afterwards.
Yeah. No, but he's for all of us now, you know.
Yeah, but not the Jews.
Yeah. Yeah, but he did let them take over Hollywood, so that's a thing. No, I'm kidding. Don't.
Just the funny half.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I love Jewish humor. Jewish comedians. They're so funny.
The Jewish comedians like Mel Brooks and so on and whatnot have this amazing ability to be self-deprecating, but then pick on others as well. And as far as I'm concerned, this whole thing with conspiracies over blah blah and whatnot, would you not work your ass off to be as good as you can be and instill that into your children if your entire group of people were almost exterminated?
It is a kind of like a weird thing that a lot of people have a go at the Jewish community for just always trying to look out, better themselves, get themselves financially secure and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so, we don't give the entire country of Japan that thing from back. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, but no point. Then we've got the Catholic Church is just like raked in millions and like make. You go into a Catholic church and it's just like full of gold everywhere, and that was exactly what
the Gilded Age, right?
But that's exactly what Moses was talking about. Where when they melted down all the gold to make the false idol and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and he comes down and loses his shit. Exactly. Yeah,
exactly. But then the Catholic Church, they go out, they send all the Spanish people into
they gild the churches and the whole bit. I mean,
the gold back and turn it into.
And 150 years later, they're broke. But look at that thing shimmer.
It's just so. It's just contradictory. That's what I find about the whole thing about religion. Yeah, it's like
religion, when done properly, leads a lot of people to a very good life, and I will not take that away from them. I have over my years, I'm in my 50s, right? I've had a lot of religious friends, and it's no big deal that I'm not and they are. It's only the extremists and stuff I ever pick on, like,
It's more to do with the organizations behind it more than anything
but
else.
even then, you've got some that do well and a lot that don't. And, organized religion's a tough one, right?
Yes, sorry, I'll push you to a corner. Don't really, we don't normally discuss, but
Joel Zapster in the chat says evangelicals hit on the head, brother. Yeah. All that showboating and whatnot, and that slap on that. Oh man, I can't. But
at the same time, they do a lot of. Well, they seem to feel like they do a lot of good for people who are in their audience, and okay.
But even sometimes then they do, but those people didn't need that extreme. They just needed, more of. I don't want to. This is getting to that point, right? I tread lightly on these waters because I don't like to offend over religion. Believe what you want. I don't care.
We're swimming in the deep end.
Yeah, it's like sexuality and stuff with people. I don't care, man. You are who you are. Don't give a shit. It's none of my business. Unless we're messing around.
Yeah. Well, is that an offer?
You're not worth the plane flight, you old man. You're not worth the airfare. That's what I should have said. Yeah.
Here we go. Is it in yet?
Yeah. It'd be like it would be like taking Alec Guinness on the set of Star Wars, right?
Yeah. So I didn't want I wanted anal sex. I didn't want a flossing.
Oh.
I didn't want a tickle.
I'll bring the neighborhood kids over to learn something, This is how we restore old technology. Mm. We should wrap this thing up. I am going to go to the liquor store, but I'm also going to go to the place and get some food that's right beside me. We got this amazing Indian restaurant, and I could smell it earlier. I have to have some. But it's so unbelievably good. And my son, he doesn't like rice, so I get Chinese, Indian, Thai, and whatnot when he's not around because he just looks at it like.
And sometimes the food as well.
Hey,
I don't know about your liquor store. We usually call them whore.
I was just going to say I'll never show my import papers live on air.
Yeah, of course you won't. You don't have papers. You burned them years ago to make sure they couldn't cover your tracks.
I actually once said to Greg Terry, the Gideons with the hotel Bibles, when you're a traveling musician, you love the Gideons because the paper's so thin you can roll joints with it. He's still my friend, so it's all right.
I'm sure he probably agrees with you quietly outside there. It's like,
yeah. I think
he's a religious man, but for God's sake,
sometimes I think the Gideons are like employed by the Mormons just to annoy hotelers. I don't really get it. What's the deal with the Gideons?
I must admit, it's been a while.
We're supposed to be wrapping this up. Okay, anyway, go ahead. No, who cares now? Fuck it.
It's going to be a while since I've been to a hotel or even like open a drawer to find a Bible inside it. I don't think do it. I think they just killed them. It's costing us a fortune.
Yeah. No, but I think the Gideons do it for free, and the hotelers are like, well, at least there's something in the drawer. I don't know.
I know they do it for free, but they must point and say, look, we're not getting any, we're getting any response or any payback from this. So,
no, actually, it's more than that. They got the Gideons and they sat them down. This was like Super 8 and the Hilton and whatnot. And they were like, because of you guys, people won't stop smoking pot in our rooms. You can't keep.
Do you know what? I just realised we are like the Gideons. We put out this content for nothing, for free, for you people. And,
oh my God.
And this is
You're Joseph Smith, and I'm the idiot that wrote it down.
No. But this show is in every hotel room in the world. If you so choose to switch it on, you can go to YouTube and put this show on, and it's there for free. And you get all life's lessons and all the groovy stuff that we've taught you tonight for nothing. So damn it, yeah, we are the new Gideons.
Oh no, the Gideons are coming.
Let's change the channel name.
The Gideons are coming,
and there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh dear, he's gonna hit the button now. I know it.
So here, well, we got to do shout outs before we go because we don't talk after credits on this show, right? So let's see here. We've got Ukraine update tomorrow. Greg Terry will be on the show for sure. He'll be showing us some clips and photos and stuff of the vehicles that he's bringing over right now. We've got on Sunday, Annette's got Beyond the Headlines with a couple of great guests. We've got some really cool stuff coming up on that one. And then Sunday evening, we'll probably do a PubChat show. Nobody's thought of putting up the event because, we got to get drunk first and then we figure that one out. And, right. And we also have a super chat in from none other than NA. Was listening while making steak fajitas with bell peppers, onions, and jalapeno. Oh, that sounds really good. I'm a big fan of eating real food and not garbage, so when we do burrito night here, we strip the beef up and stuff and we get some bean in and we do our stuff. They're so good. Oh, you'd love it. So
shut
up.
Get on with it.
Yeah, but I had to do the shout out.
You start getting old fucking Gordon Ramsay on the other.
Hey, I haven't told you to fuck off in 3 seconds, have I? So I can't be Gordon Ramsay. I'm more like that Jamie guy,
Maybe Oliver. No. I think you're going to tell me to fuck off any minute now.
Oh, I'm going to do it through the whole credits because you won't shut up. So now who am I got to do thanks. So
get on with it. God,
yeah.
All over the place.
So we got Annette, we got PJC Net, who's recuperating in hospital. Remember, when a Bigfoot bites off your wee-wee and it can be sewn on, this is a story we'll tell. We'll probably have to interview him on the channel, but we'll get to that. We've got Shayna Caldwell, we've got Crazy Cat, we got Skits Crasher, Chris Lundy, Super Chat Matt, and NA. So thanks, everybody.
And thanks, everybody who sent in the super chats, the donations, and the becoming channel members, because all those lovely little financial little niggles help keep the channel going and keep the things getting better and better all the time. And we keep Dawson hydrated. Meanwhile, I'm gasping. I've got nothing left now. And there's champagne for me. We'll see you all. Have I done everything? Yeah. Don't
forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Don't forget to come into the comment section and fill the comment section up with lots of shit. We know how many. I'm watching the names scrolling down. So if you're not in the comment sections, I'll be fucking coming after you because you didn't leave a comment. Because leave comments because that helps with the algorithm, build us up a bit.
Right.
YouTube might actually think we're actually important or useful, which I think we are.
We could be if we had enough stupid people watching us. I mean, people watching us. Damn it. Okay, ready? Hold on a second. Hold on. I can fix this.
Don't worry about it.
We would be if we had enough people watching us. There, see?
It means other stupid people watching us. Not you, because you're the stupid people. There's the other stupid people. Yeah, and So do that, and Well, what did I say? Just come and do that, and we'll see you. We'll see you on Sunday. Well, I'll see you on Sunday because I won't see you on Saturday. Just do whatever you do and do that voodoo that you do so well.
As Bruce Dickinson said, bring your daughter to the slaughter, fellow babies. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye. Stay chilly.
But what if it's warm? I still don't care, dude. If Trump had a hold of my testicles and was tickling, properly, I wouldn't vote for him. It's not going to happen.
What about if he was sucking on them?
That cucumber does not belong to me. It's not happening. Good night, everybody.
No Trump.